The Turnpike Sports Pro Football Pick segment is brought to you by Betfred Sportsbook. Never miss a bet with Betfred Sportsbook. Betfred Sports brings over 50 years of experience through the United States betting industry. Straight bets, in-play wagering, parlay cards, teasers, and more. Head on over to BetfredSports.com or download the Betfred Sportsbook app in Colorado, Iowa, or Arizona and get in on all the action today. New signups will receive up to $250 in free bets when wagering $50. Download the Betfred Sportsbook app today. Offer valid in Colorado, Iowa, and Arizona only. Visit BetfredSports.com for terms and conditions. Please gamble responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa, 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona, and 1-800-522-4700 in Colorado.
Welcome to Week 5 of the NFL regular season. I'm Doug Weishuttle here with Dave Weishuttle. We are in the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Pick segment powered by Betfred Sports.
Yeah, I'm having a ball.
This has been a really fun first 4 weeks of the season. I'm surprised at a couple teams out there that are actually overperforming, I guess is the word for it.
Yep.
Seattle, Atlanta, they're both playing extremely well for what people thought going into the seasons.
Yeah, well, not winning a lot, but
no.
I mean, if you're saying they're staying within the spread, okay, I can see where you're going with that one.
This was an interesting stat I found preparing for this segment.
Okay,
Marcus Mariota is 4-0 against the spread this week.
Wow,
coming into this week,
wow,
he's the only 4-0 quarterback in the league against the spread.
Wow, okay.
The next closest one is Cooper Rush over in Dallas, 3-0 against the spread.
I wonder if Dallas is going to have a quarterback controversy.
I'm
very curious about it. Certainly Cooper Rush can play in this league. I mean, he's shown it. I'm sure other teams are looking at him and seeing. Certainly know that they're not going to get rid of Dak Prescott because of that huge contract they just gave him. But I'm curious to see the future of Cooper Rush.
I'm just wondering if Dak Prescott's going to have a lingering injury that's going to make him another week or two out, sort of thing.
We'll see.
But again, I think Dallas might have a winning combination. It's the defense, and the quarterback doesn't make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a good winning combination. I don't know if they can get Dak to actually play like that, though. That's the problem.
Well, we'll see. I guess we'll have to see.
Like I said, we're here in Week 5. We're in our Pro Football Pick segment, Betfred Sports.
Yes.
We use the Tuesday morning lines from Betfred for the pick segment that we're going to be doing.
I'm going to put a positive spin on my picks. I'll say I have been incredibly consistent.
Yes, you have.
I have been 2-1 every week.
I just went 2-1 for the first time this year. Just so you know, before we get into the actual segment itself and our picks, underdogs and the unders have been winning through the first 4 weeks.
I heard the unders have been hitting at a historic rate.
They're hitting around 60%.
So
60% through the first 4 weeks they've been hitting.
And of course, this week I went with an over. So of course
I did too. I did
you did two
overs.
overs.
I did two of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I see we're going against the trend, huh?
Exactly. But again, we use the Tuesday morning lines from Betfred Sports. We do not do money line.
No, that's too easy. Leave that for your parlays.
Exactly.
Yep.
Point spreads and totals only. And as always, we tell people, since we're using Tuesday lines, by the time this airs, it's usually Thursday or Friday, check the game lines before you make your bet.
Yep.
These lines will change. As a matter of fact, I had a couple games that changed between Monday and Tuesday morning from when they first opened up the lines.
Yeah, one of my games, last week, I went with the Patriots, and I got them at plus 10.5, and I saw that line move all week. I think it got down to about 9.5.
Yep, by kickoff.
But yeah. So I felt great about that one, huh?
I can't believe third string quarterback.
What's wrong with the Packers? Oh, my goodness.
It's new receivers.
Well, okay, if that's what you want to call it. So
yeah, their running game has been good, and their defense has been better than anticipated. But it's just, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is on the same page as his receivers.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see how that progresses throughout the year.
Well, let's head on over to our picks.
Okay.
We're going to start off with the first game of the week.
My first game is the San Francisco 49ers traveling to the Carolina Panthers. The 49ers are 6-point favorites, and the total is 39. I have been really impressed with the 49ers. I think Jimmy Garoppolo has gotten better each week. I guess his shoulder is healing nicely, and it shows. And the 49er defense lived in the Los Angeles Rams backfield on Monday night, and it was just what a fun game to watch. By the way, I took the 49ers and the under, and I cashed tickets on that one. So thank you, Monday Night Football.
Right. I think the Rams have lost like 6 or 7 straight to the Niners now.
Yeah. And I think more of the same is going to happen this week. The 49ers are 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games against the NFC, and 6-2 against the spread in their last game overall. And I think playing at home is not going to help the Panthers whatsoever. They've lost 8 of their last 9 games when they played at home. So I think this is going to be one of those games that they're going to lose again at home. And I think the 49ers are going to win this by at least a touchdown, and that's enough to cash the ticket. So I'm taking the 49ers and laying the 6 points.
My first game is the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns are the underdogs here. Chargers are favored by 3. Right now, the over-under is 47.5. Now, when I looked at this game right after Sunday, Monday morning, the total was 49.5. Monday night, it was down to 48.5. Tuesday morning here, 47.5.
Okay.
The last time these two teams played, they scored 89 points.
Wow.
The time before that, 52 points. These two teams come in with bad defenses right now. They're all banged up. There's really nothing to say for either of those defenses. Bosa's out for the year for the Chargers. The Browns could still be without Clowney and Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
They'll make that decision later on this week.
Earlier this year, I my futures, that was my one big futures thing. I went with the Chargers for a lot of things. So I'm a little concerned.
I would be too right now. But again, Herbert's still banged up. He's got the rib issues that he's dealing with.
That's what I'm concerned about.
Yes. Yeah. The over is 8-2 in the Chargers' last 10 games overall. The Browns have given up at least 20 points in every game they played this season. I'm just thinking, this total may start ticking down even further. If it goes down to 46.5, 45.5, I may do a second bet on this. But right now, I'm going to go with the over 47.5.
My next game is the Tennessee Titans visiting the Washington Commanders. The Titans are favored by 2.5 points, and the total is 42.5. The Washington Commanders are a horrible football team. I think they scored a combined 18 points in their last 2 games, and Carson Wentz is just like a turnover machine, like he was in
everywhere,
like he was everywhere he's played, the Eagles and the Colts. And I was looking at the stats of this one, and the month of October means 2 different things for these 2 teams. Get this one. The Titans are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games in October, and the Commanders are 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games in October. I think this trend's going to continue this week. The Titans will probably win this by field goal, and again, that's enough to cash the ticket, and I'm fine with that. I'm taking the Tennessee Titans and laying the points.
You almost said Washington Redskins there, didn't you?
No. I'm very.
Every time I see Washington,
I'm very conscientious of it. What did you think of their black uniforms? Did you see that? It was. Yeah, they had the black uniforms. It was all black, and the black helmets with the numbers on it.
I'll tell you who I was impressed with color-wise was the New Orleans Saints. Those helmets they had.
Yeah, the helmets.
For that London game.
The all black helmets with the fleur-de-lis.
The fleur-de-lis, and also
gold.
Down the middle they had the dots.
In the middle. Yeah,
that was a very, very nicely designed helmet. I wish they would keep those, but I know the Saints fans love the traditional gold helmets. But and also I was okay with the Bengals white.
Yeah, I like the Bengals white.
Yeah, but the helmet looked nice.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sold on an all white.
I love that whole atmosphere, the whole whiteout. I know Penn State usually has the whiteout where everyone wears the white, and they had that in the Cincinnati Bengals. So that was pretty cool to watch.
I'm just glad they got away from saying color rush. That's what they used to call the all.
So they don't call them color rushes
I didn't
anymore?
hear that term one time during the game, but again, I didn't have it on all the time. I was flipping around watching other sports. But my next game, Seattle Seahawks going to New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
New Orleans favored right now by 5.5 points. There's an over-under of 46. I have to admit, Geno Smith is really surprising me. He's been playing extremely well.
Yeah.
He's playing within the game plan. He's not turning the ball over. He's not making the mistakes he was doing earlier on in his career, especially when he was on the bad Jet teams when he was there. Although he did have the perfect quarterback rating for one game with the Jets, which was very impressive. It still is. He's outplayed Russell Wilson this year. I mean, in terms of Seattle getting rid of Russell Wilson, going to Denver, he's playing better than Russell Wilson.
Yeah, well, he's in a different situation. So
he should be in a rebuilding team.
I'm waiting for Denver just to explode. I mean, they have the talent on that team.
I don't think they're going to.
I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
I don't think they're going to. I think their head coach is still learning on the job a little bit. So and maybe they will. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the last time the two teams played, Seattle lost by 3 points. The underdog is 4-0 against the spread in the last 4 meetings. Plus, you got Geno Smith, who seems to just play better when he's the underdog. And I really can't go against him. I saw this line when I first targeted this game to pick for the show here. It opened at 4 points. The Saints favored by 4. It went up to 6.
Wow.
Now it's at 5.5.
Okay.
I felt much more confident taking the Seahawks at 5.5 than I am when it was 4. So I'm actually going to go with Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks plus 5.5.
My third game is a game I don't know why I chose. It's like one of those games that I don't think anyone's going to watch, and I just felt drawn to it. I saw the numbers, and I'm intrigued by both these teams. Here we go. The Detroit Lions versus the New England Patriots. The Patriots are favored by 3, and the total is 46.5 points. I mean, both these teams are 1-3. I mean, like I said, certainly it's not going to be the most watched of the weekend, but I'm fascinated with Detroit. I like what they're doing, even though they're 1-3. They can score. Here, check out these totals. In their last 3 losses, the Lions scored 35 points, 24 points, and 45 points. And their one win this year against Washington, they scored 36 points. And I know New England is up in the air with their quarterback situation. But
that's putting it nicely.
The one thing I like about Detroit is their offense. The one thing I hate is their defense. And I think the Patriots can score on Detroit. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this one. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, why am I even looking at this game? But damn it, I'm liking the over 46.5. So I'm kind of that. This is one of those games I'm going to watch and regret, or I'm going to sweat all the way through it and see what happens at the end. But I have a feeling that none of these defenses are very good. I think a lot of scoring and a lot of points can be had in this game. So I'm taking the over 46.5.
Well, I've been hearing a lot of commentators talking about Detroit. Detroit always has the fun games every week so far.
Yeah.
High scoring, everything.
It's all high scoring, and I love what Detroit offense is doing. I mean, their defense isn't holding anyone down, but
no.
that would makes I know New England, like I said, the quarterback situation's up in the air, but I think points can be scored on Detroit, and I know the Detroit offense can score points. So that's why I'm going over.
Well, I heard somebody say...
I'm trying to talk myself into it, feeling better about it.
I think it was ESPN. Someone on ESPN said this. If Detroit just had a bad defense, not this historically bad defense,
it's awful.
They'd be a winning team.
Yeah, that's what I'm banking on, really. I mean, even a third-string quarterback that New England has or might be playing, or, like I said, I don't know.
Zappy?
Yeah, I don't even know if he's even starting. He
I just
probably should
like
be.
saying that name. I like saying that name, Zappy.
I mean, well, I think New England is going to get more points on the ground, if that's what you're asking me. But I think a lot of points can be had. Just 2 bad defenses, and Detroit, I like what they're doing with their offense.
My last game is the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the Arizona Cardinals. Philly's favored by 5. The over-under is 49.5.
I almost went with the over in this one, too, by the way.
Well, I am doing the over.
You are doing it. Oh, okay. All right.
As I was going to say, Philly's been flexing their offensive muscles all season long. I've actually never seen this Philadelphia offense, even under Peterson, play this well.
Yeah, very surprising. They
have been scoring consistently from all areas of the field. A.J. Brown has probably been one of the best pickups I've seen.
Yeah.
Roseman, I think that's his name.
Howie Roseman?
Roseman do in the last 5-6 years.
Sure.
The entire receiving core has gotten very, very reliable.
Yeah.
And then you add in how Hurts has been not only throwing the ball but running the ball. I'm actually surprised because I thought he was an okay quarterback. He's proving everybody wrong that he is actually MVP caliber.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And
they have never. The Eagles have never trailed yet in the second half.
I think you may see that this year.
Yeah, I think
this game.
I think it's going to be a little closer.
The Cardinals are starting to find a rhythm here, and they are a scary offense when they find that rhythm. Kyler Murray still is inconsistent, but I love the fact that Philly has scored at least 24 points in every game this season. The Cardinals have been held to under 20 points just once this season in 4 games. And that was against the Rams, who have a much better defense than the Eagles do. I think this one actually could be a track meet. I mean, if the Cardinals come in and play they were playing in the second half last week, you actually may see some real good amount of points coming out of this game. I went with the over 49.5. All right, let's recap. You go ahead.
Oh, okay. I am taking the San Francisco 49ers and laying the 6 points against the Carolina Panthers. I'm taking the Tennessee Titans and laying the 2.5 points against the Washington Commanders. And I'm taking the over 46.5 points in the Detroit Lions New England Patriots game.
I'm doing the over 47.5 in the Chargers-Browns game. I'm going with Seattle as the underdog by 5.5 points, and I'm doing the over 49.5 in the Battle of the Birds, the Eagles-Cardinals game. And God have mercy on my soul for taking 2 overs this week. But anyway, that's it for this week's Pro Football Picks segment, powered by Betfred Sports. Enjoy your Sundays, everybody.
That'll do it for us. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.